You know what? Let's hear first from Prime Minister Netanyahu. As I said, I was at the event today in Jerusalem where the Prime Minister spoke, but the event, just to make it clear, was actually an American Independence Day celebration, not July 4th, a little bit later. It was hosted by the U.S. Embassy. I got an invite. That was fun. And I went with Malka as well. And the Prime Minister was there, and he spoke because it was only a few hours after this attack. He spoke at the event. Let's hear the short introduction by Ambassador Mike Huckabee, and then Prime Minister Netanyahu. Let's hear what he has to say about this attack.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Ambassador Huckabee, Janet, and all the friends of Israel and America, of the Israeli-American Alliance who are here. I want to first tell you that Sarah and I planned to be here earlier, but we were, well, I was otherwise engaged. So, but it's not too late, even on this belated day, to say, Happy Birthday, America. Now, I said a few more words in a video that I had recorded earlier, and I think it's going to be shown outside in the large gathering that you have there. And I meant it from the heart, because Israel has no greater friend than America, and America has no better friend than Israel. But as I said, we've been busy in the last day after the horrific murders in Jerusalem.
Important point, right? The strike today that the world saw was a day after something that the world didn't care about at all, which is the murder of Jews, right? So the murder of Jews was yesterday, a big murder of Jews, horrific attacks in our capital city. And so today's attack against Hamas is an answer to that. And it's important to remember that, right? I don't hear that CNN being like, oh, yeah. They just killed 10 Jews yesterday, and a Jewish life should not be taken. We have zero tolerance for that. That's what Israel's doing, striking against Hamas. But here's the Prime Minister, and he's making it clear, listen, we saw what happened yesterday, and we can't leave that unanswered.
Horrible murders. And of course, the 4 soldiers that we lost in Gaza. And I want to say a few words about that, first in Hebrew and then in English.
After the murderous attack in Gaza, and the horrible strike, terrorist attack in a bus stop in Jerusalem. I was there. I saw the slaughter. I saw the blood. I saw the horror. After these 2 murderous events, the one in Gaza, the 4 lost in Gaza, and the 6 murdered in Jerusalem, I directed the security services to prepare themselves to strike at the Hamas leadership, the heads of the murderers that I'm adding that are hiding out in Doha, Qatar. Today in the afternoon, after there was a singular, a unique opportunity to strike at all these Hamas leaders together, to stop them, I, together with the Minister of Defense, I gave the order to go ahead with the operation.
השב"כ, צה"ל, טייסי חיל האוויר,
The GSS, that's Israel's FBI, the IDF, and the fighters of the IAF, the Israeli Air Force, the pilots,
הכינו וביצעו את המשימה הזאת באופן מיטבי ומדויק שמרשים את כל העולם.
and they prepared and made operational this strike, which was accurate and has impressed the whole world, amazed the whole world.
אני שולח להם את תודתי
I send them my gratitude
ואת תודתכם, אזרחי
and your gratitude, citizens of Israel.
ישראל ואזרחי העולם החופשי.
And actually, I send the gratitude of the free citizens of the world. Free citizens, all free citizens of the world,
שיודעים שצריך להיאבק בטרור למען כולנו.
that know that we have to strike against terrorism for the sake of all of us.
אבל אני רוצה לומר משהו ביחס למדינת ישראל.
But I want to say something specific about the state of Israel.
נגמרו הימים שראשי הטרור ייהנו מחסינות במקום כלשהו.
The days are over where the terrorists will feel safe in any place. Will think that they're unstrikable, that the long arm won't get them in any place. Those days are over.
אני לא אתן לחסינות כזאת להתקיים למרצחי עמנו.
I will not allow such a safe harbor to be anywhere in the world for the murderers of our people.
אויבינו צריכים לדעת.
Our enemies must know.
אויבינו צריכים לדעת.
Our enemies must know
דבר אחד,
one thing.
שמאז הקמת מדינת ישראל,
From the foundations of the state of Israel,
דם יהודי איננו הפקר.
the blood of Jews is no longer cheap, is no longer forgotten, is no longer not anybody's responsibility. Like there's no more irresponsible bloodletting. There is the buck stops here. There is somebody the state of Israel is going to defend the blood of Jews all over the world.
אנחנו נמצאים בעיצומה של מערכה.
We're in the midst of a serious conflict.
להכרעת החמאס ולשחרור כל חטופינו.
This conflict is to defeat Hamas and to release all of our hostages.
וזאת לאחר שהנחתנו מכות עצימות על כל חלקי ציר הרשע.
We have struck mighty blows against the axis of evil.
אנחנו עדיין מנחיתים אותם.
And we keep striking them.
וגם על איראן עצמה. ואני מזכיר לכם
And not to forget Iran itself that has been struck by us.
שרק לפני כמה שבועות, חודשים בודדים, אנחנו הסרנו מעל ראשינו איום קיומי של פצצות גרעין מאיראן.
I want to remind you that only a few months ago, we struck at Iran and got rid of that nuclear threat, which is an existential nuclear threat against the Jewish state.
יש לנו הישגים גדולים.
We have had great successes.
אבל אנחנו רוצים לסיים את המערכה במקום שהתחילה.
We want to end the war where it started,
בעזה.
in Gaza, in the Gaza Strip.
והמלחמה הזאת יכולה להסתיים מיד.
And this war can indeed end immediately.
יכולה להסתיים מיד, משום שאנחנו כבר נקטנו פעולה. אנחנו קיבלנו את העקרונות שהציב הנשיא טראמפ.
We have accepted, this war can end immediately. We have accepted the principles laid down by President Trump
לסיום המלחמה,
to end the war.
שכוללת, העקרונות הללו כוללים שחרור מיידי של כל חטופינו.
These principles are the release of all prisoners, of all of our Jewish Israeli hostages,
ואת יתר העקרונות לסיום המלחמה שישראל הציבה.
and the other points that we have made clear that those are the fundamental non-negotiable points about how this war could end.
וצריך לזכור דבר אחד. המרצחים שתקפנו היום,
These murderers that we struck at today,
הם אלה שיזמו, ארגנו, שילחו,
these very people that we struck today, these are the very people who organized, paid for, sent,
וגם חגגו
and celebrated
את הטבח הנורא של ה-7 באוקטובר.
the 7th of October massacre, in which 1,200 Israelis were murdered in just one day. So, in just a few hours. So the horrific massacre, these are its organizers.
הם חגגו.
They celebrated it.
אגב, באותו מקום שאנחנו פגשנו אותם היום. אמרתי,
In the very place where we met them, i.e., where they were struck today, that's where they bowed down in gratitude to Allah for striking against Israel, this very place. So 2 years later, after they celebrated, they were met there by the IAF.
בתחילת המלחמה, שאיש ממבצעי הטבח לא ינוקה.
We said at the beginning of the war, anybody who took part in the planning or in the operation of October 7th will not be cleansed. They will be found, they will be destroyed.
וכראש ממשלת ישראל,
And as the Prime Minister of the State of Israel,
אני פועל לקיים את ההבטחה הזאת,
I work to fulfill that promise.
ואני עושה זאת גם כדי לבוא חשבון עם המרצחים,
This is in order to clean our bill, to clear the check, the bill that we have with the terrorists,
וגם כדי להבטיח את ביטחונם של הדורות הבאים.
and also in order to secure the future generations.
משום שאני רוצה שידעו כל אויבינו
I want all our enemies to know,
את הכתוב במקורותינו.
as it says in our writings, in our prophets, in our scriptures,
ארדוף אויביי ואשיגם,
I shall chase my enemies and I will reach them, I will catch them.
ולא אשוב עד כלותם.
I shall not return until they are destroyed. That's what it says in our sources, in our scripture.
ואנחנו בשיטתיות משיגים אותם.
And we are indeed systematically getting to that point.
יחד נעמוד, יחד נילחם,
Together we shall stand, together we shall fight.
ובעזרת השם, יחד ננצח.
And with the help of God, together we will be victorious.
Yesterday, 4 of our soldiers were killed by Hamas terrorists in Gaza, and 6 Israeli civilians were brutally murdered in a bus stop in Jerusalem. This morning, Hamas proudly took credit for both of these actions. At noon today, I convened the heads of Israel's security organizations and authorized a surgical precision strike on the terrorist chiefs of Hamas. These are the same terrorist chiefs who planned, launched, and celebrated the horrific massacres of October 7th. The savage murder of 1,200 people, the beheading of men, the rape and murder of women, the burning of babies, the taking of over 250 hostages, innocent hostages, grandmothers, grandchildren, Holocaust survivors. They perpetrated the worst attack on the Jewish people since the Holocaust. Now, they were meeting in the same place, exactly the same place, where they celebrated this savagery almost 2 years ago. At the beginning of the war, I promised that Israel would reach those who perpetrated this horror. And today, Israel and I have kept that promise.
All right, amazing stuff from Prime Minister Netanyahu. And what can I say but thank God, today is a day to, is the word celebrate the right word? It's a day to be thankful that we have a Jewish state that strikes against its enemies. It's a day that the long arm of the IDF has struck against this snake-like enemy, Qatar, that houses the Hamas. But as I said in the beginning of the program, and I say it again now, today is a victory for truth, because these Qataris that house the Hamas, they were and continue to be manufacturers of a lie, of a heinous, Nazi-like, blood libel, lies against the Jews that want to destroy the state of Israel. They are not hostage negotiators. They are not people that are good faith diplomats. They are the funders and the backers of Hamas. They have a global campaign against Israel. And today that lie, that bubble has been shattered.